Yes, good evening. It's Jim from JAGfx.com. It is Sunday, the 20th of June, 2021. This is just my weekly analysis video where I go over all of the pairs I'm trading on the daily time frame using my high probability and divergence trading methods. So we'll have a look at all the charts I'm trading. Sunday, we've just gone back in the lockdown here in Da Nang. There's 20-something more cases here of COVID, so another boring 3 weeks stuck at home. Thanks for watching the video. If you do like these videos, please hit the like button at least, or the subscribe button would be great. It'd be greatly appreciated. As I always say, I know they're not the most exciting videos on the planet, but we're just trying to get a message across. So all these trades I discuss in my Facebook, JAGfx Facebook group that anyone's more than welcome to join. Also in the Telegram channel, basically the same thing goes into both. So all these trades are called at the time. There's no longer a spreadsheet. I'm still keeping that up to date for the old trades, but this new watch list is a lot cleaner. There's no hedging involved or anything like that. So it's just clean new signals. That's all it is. So without any further ado, let's have a look. We'll have a look at the news first for the week ahead. It's always something I like to do. This is a Forex Factory economic calendar. You can see this is all in my local time, so this is all in Vietnam time. So Monday the 21st, I believe, hopefully it's tomorrow, yes. So what I'm mainly interested in is in the ones highlighted in red. They're the high impact events, the ones that have a bigger chance of moving the market. Wednesday is really the first one. It's just when Fed Chair Powell testifies. That may have effect on USD. Then we've got the flash manufacturing PMI numbers out of Germany. I think you'll probably find they're all through Europe. And we've got retail sales out of Canada, nothing too concerning there. Flash manufacturing PMI out of the US, all on Wednesday. So Wednesday's a pretty busy day. Thursday, the big one, UK or British interest rate news. So MPC, official bank rate votes. Official bank rate. So it's interest rates in the UK on Thursday, 6 p.m. my time. So it's just something to be aware of, and not much else on the weekend through Friday onto the weekend. So that's the news ahead in the Forex markets. Remember, this is only the scheduled news, so this is news that we know about. There's always the potential stuff coming from left field that may move the market, something unexpected. So just be careful. Okay, before we get to the charts, I'll just bring up this document. If you've seen any of my videos, you've seen all this before. You can pause the video and just read it if you wish. Yeah, this just explains all the different lines, all the different colors, the indicators, etc. that's on the chart you will see shortly. So, indicators, 3 moving averages, what they are, what the QMP filter is, which is the red and green dots on the charts. Don't worry about S1, S2 because we don't really do that much these days. Red trend lines, green trend line, blue, grey vertical lines, how sell and buy trades, stop losses, break even, big numbers. And what the bottom indicator is a zero lag MACD, or MACD Platinum as I call it. So you can pause the video, read that, take a screenshot. Like I always say, I understand that not everyone's English is their first language, or you may not understand me or my Australian accent. Anytime, just pause the video. I write plenty of notes on my charts, which you'll see. So there's no dramas there. If I talk too slow, speed me up. So that's just the setup. I'll bring it up at the end of the video again. So let's go to the charts. Righto, here we are. This is my watch list on the right. There's a lot of different colors there. Don't be too concerned about them too much. Generally, if they're tagged with a color, it means I've got a trade on and something's happened with those trades. If they're not tagged, no trade on. So I'll just go through the ones that have got trades on. It's a fairly lengthy watch list these days. So I've added a few pairs, even a few obscure ones. You can't probably see it, but right down the bottom here is Bitcoin. So it's all there. So let's have a look. We'll go through AUD CAD. Righto, we'll start. As I said, we've got plenty of notes on my charts, so you can't really not understand why a trade was taking and what my thoughts were at the time about that particular setup. For example, this was a buy in here based on some regular bullish divergence. You can see here marked by the green lines. Take a buy here. It was a high risk trade as the MAs are heading down. So MAs are spreading and heading down. Took the trade. It went sideways for a few days. MACD's now well and truly above the zero level. We've got this red dot on the MACD Platinum. For me, and that's why it's highlighted in that light blue, for me, it was a high risk trade to begin with. I'd be either closing out half my position, getting my stop to break even or something like that. Definitely wouldn't be leaving my stop here. I'd be taking some action once that red dot there, and especially the next couple of days, like what, 1, 2, 3 more days, we've got price sort of meandering around the entry level and the MACD Platinum's rolling over. You'd be out of that trade. You'd be out of it. It's a high risk trade to begin with. It hasn't quite got to the MAs, which is sort of our first target. So you'd be out of that. So I'd be consider that trade a scratch trade, and I'm going to highlight it and I'm going to remove it from my watch list once I've finished this video. It's a no-goer anymore. Usd Swiss. All right. This was a buy in here, and again, it's gone sideways. Again, I've drawn the vertical grey line there. There's a red dot on the MACD Platinum, which is just above the zero level. We've got a stop, pretty tight stop loss in here. This thing's going nowhere. It's having trouble. I guess you can say this sort of support level is still holding, but it looks like it wants to go to the downside. The trade was a higher risk trade. It's based on regular bullish divergence. You can see here. Took it here. And you can see we've got higher highs here. And then it's lower highs. MAs are starting to turn down. So yeah, it's not a great setup when it comes to a buy. AD New Zealand. Let's have a look at this. All right, this is a buy trade all the way back here. It's gone up. Hit this previous high, this blue line here. MACD's through the zero level. And again, the last week or so, this thing's just been meandering. Now, if you haven't closed half already, you should have by now, and your stop would be up above the entry level. So this trade's still open. I'd be looking at moving my stop up to this sort of area here. If you've still got this trade open, it's a very flat sideways. Might as well lock in a bit of profit. The MACD Platinum's above the zero level, so remember with the MACD Platinum, we're looking to sell when it's above the zero level and buy when it's below the zero level. So sell above, buy when it's below. That's the zero level here, this grey dotted line. Aussie USD. Now, this was a buy trade here. My suggested stop was here. It's gone sideways. Then there was this sell signal here. That is an exit. If you're not hedging, if I was hedging, then I'd hedge that, take that sell trade as a hedge, but we're not. Instead of letting it go all the way to the stop, you got a reversal signal there, take the exit. So that trade is now finished for a small loss between roughly where the crosshairs are and the blue line. So that's a loss. Don't let it go through like that. In the meantime, I start adjusting these trend lines, looking for potential setups to the buy side. Again, a second buy. This trade is finished, so I'll be removing this trade from my list once I finish. CAD Swiss. It's a buy signal on Thursday. All pretty straightforward with the trend trade. And you can see my notes with the trend trade, but need to break the previous highs or at least go to it. So there's the previous highs up here. I've drawn this blue trend line. Friday, it's gone against me. The suggested stops down here, so we'll just wait and see. CAD Yen. All right, this is a sell signal up here, high risk trade, as you can see by the notes, as I keep on saying. It went sideways for a few days. We've got this green dot on the MACD Platinum below the zero level. You ideally want to tighten up the stop or reduce your position size or something. Message there. All right, so where's my stop? There it is. I had to get down there. So yeah, your stop should have been tightened right up. So we'll put it there, and now it's continued on down, and we've had this couple of nice drops on Thursday and Friday, which is great. So definitely closing out half if you haven't done already, and just probably go to something like a 4-hour chart. You probably won't find much. This is a 4-hour chart. Just look for somewhere to put your stop inside the entry level, something like that. That's what I normally do. I don't know. A sec, my video's all jammed up here. So we're back on the daily chart. Sorry about that. My video's playing up a bit. So we're back on the daily chart. We're in a good sell there. It's heading down. Yes, that's the CAD Swiss. Right, next one. The Swiss franc, Japanese yen. Another big, it was a sell, high risk trade up here, suggests a stop. Come very close to taking that stop out, went sideways for a few days. It was a high risk trade based on the regular bearish divergence, as you can see here. Took the sell, as I said, went very close to my stop, and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, some big drops. I'd be again closing out half, just go down the 4-hour chart and have a look, see if there's somewhere I can put a stop. Closing out half, probably bring the stop down. There's really no obvious place, probably in there somewhere or something like that. Go back to the daily chart. So yeah, that's looking good. Euro Aussie. All right, this one. Right, Euro Aussie was a sell here. Again, it was a high risk trade. The trend appears to be turning up and prices making new highs. So this is one that you may have got out earlier when the MACD platinum went through the 0 level. You know, it sort of bounced around there, and you can see it was below the entry level a few times for a few days in a row there. And we get this red green dot on the MACD platinum below the 0 level. There would be a good time to get out for a small loss, or you're definitely out now because that's a green dot and that's a buy signal on Monday. So this is a new buy signal. So if you hadn't closed that sell already, don't let it hit the stop up here. Get out now. The only concern with this buy signal, we're probably at the previous highs already. MACD platinum's just below the 0 level, but it is supported by hidden bullish divergence. So that's a signal I'll be taking on Monday. So it'll be a buy on the open, probably able to stop down around where the cursor of the crosshair is at the moment, down there. So buy based on that. That'll be Monday's trade. Let's highlight that. We'll put that in yellow so I know to look at that, and I'll clear that sell because that sell's finished. So new buy on the Euro Aussie on Monday. Euro CAD, let's have a look at this. All right, this was a sell on Friday. It suggests a stop up here. You can read my notes. I thought it was a pretty good signal, this actually. There's a nice sort of resistance level here, and you know that resistance level could still hold, but look at Monday. There's that buy dot, which is not a valid signal because the MACD platinum's above the 0 level. Very sideways market, which is you can tell just by all these different dots on the MACD platinum. So there's that buy signal on Monday. I would close that sell. That trade's finished. On Monday, that trade, just close it, take the loss, move on. It's nothing to achieve by staying in that. So I'll remove that on Monday. You know, all these trades I take, all the screenshots not only do I post in the Facebook group and also in the Telegram channels, I do save them to a shared folder. So everyone's got access to all these screenshots of when I take the trades at the time. Euro Swiss, let's have a look here. We're in a buy on Friday. Suggests a stop in place, high risk trade. MACD platinum's just below the 0 level still, so we'll give it another day or two. It's heading in the right direction. So that's not too bad considering the risk involved. Euro yen, let's have a look at this one. Another one of these yen pairs that have fallen off a cliff. A sell trade up here, suggests a stop up there, high risk trade, regular bearish divergence. Went sideways for a bit, then we got the green dot on the MACD platinum. You probably bring your stop down into here somewhere like that, close half if you had a multiple position type trade, and now it's gone nicely in our favor, heading down, and you know it's still potentially head down further because the last was a red dot on the MACD platinum that's heading down. So that's a good trade. Pound Aussie. This is a buy from Friday. Not a great setup. I didn't like our price didn't come back to the MAs tight enough. You can read the notes there. Did not come back close enough to the 50 MA, but it looks like they're spreading, so it's going to the upside. And there's hidden bullish divergence there, just. That's pretty level, that one. And that one's definitely higher lows. Previous sell at grey line that I'll discuss in my next video, which is this one. So I was in a sell here, and what happened? Where was it in the sell? Oh yeah, that sell was based on I'll just draw it in for you. It was a trend line, basic trend line. So I had a trend line here, through there, like that, across the lows, sort of something similar to that. And I took the sell here because this was still a valid sell signal. I took the sell. My suggested stop would have been just up here somewhere. It's gone up close to my stop and came down. In the meantime, heading towards MAs, going nowhere. MACD platinum at the zero level. I probably had a couple of days to get out at break even or close to it. Take the if I wanted to. If not, definitely get out on that new buy signal, which was on Friday. So that's why I mentioned that sell. So that's, I can delete that now because that's just what I wanted to mention. I was in a sell trade and it was replaced with a buy trade, and definitely no need to stay in that sell trade. Even if you hadn't been stopped out or closed out at break even, you wouldn't have let it hit the stop. You would have got out and taken the loss on that buy. Just really used to break this high here to go up a bit further. Pound CAD, I think this is one that is a sell, and it was not a bad setup. Again, look at all this sideways crap. Sideways, sideways, sideways. And if we didn't hit the stop, you definitely would have got out on Friday with a loss. There's a new buy signal there, not a valid one, but it's still a green QMP filter dot. That would be enough to get out if you hadn't hit the stop on that candle anyway. So that's just, that trade's just a loss. So that's going to be taken off. Pound Swiss. This was a buy on Thursday. It's all a bit tight. Look at this range. It's popped up and hit that line again. That line I drew in there, it's hit it and just dropped down on Friday. But it's still in. Look, it's up to you. On this one, I've got a suggested stop down here below this low here. See what it does on Monday. If it pops up and has trouble breaking this line and the MACD platinum's through the zero level, it's probably best just to get out of that trade. You know, these messages keep on popping up. It's just a sideways sort of action. It's not good at all. Pound yen. Right, this is another one of these yen pairs. We've got a sell, gone sideways, sideways, sideways. A real common theme here. You can see the correlation on these yen pairs. And we've got a green dot on the MACD platinum below the zero level. You know, you could close out half your position and leave your stop in just to reduce risk. Then it falls off nicely Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we're in a good trade here. You could look at bringing down I'd be bringing down my stop down somewhere to lock in some profit there. Last dot was a red dot on the MACD platinum below the zero level. So yeah. All right, pound USD. In a sell, I've already moved my stop down nice and tight. This thing's gone, it's a pound USD, yeah. So yeah, not only is the yen pairs falling, looks like the pound pairs, some of them are going the same way. This would be based on the USD, I don't know, showing some strength. Who knows what's caused that move, but anyway. Yeah. So yeah, we come down, and I've already sort of closed out half. We didn't break this previous high here, which was a little bit of a concern. You can see all my notes there. Supported by decent resistance level. Yeah, that's that resistance level up here. Recently very range bound, so you can see it's all very range bound, but it's dropped off nicely and we're in good profit there. New Zealand CAD. This pair's been going nowhere fast. Right, we're in a sell here. Got against me close. I think I've already moved, yeah, my suggested stop was actually up here, and I've already moved it down here. It's come up. From the get-go, I was concerned about this previous low, and it proved right. Didn't break it, bounced up for a couple of days and started heading down. I would suggest that you move your stop down a lot closer, down to this level. And in the meantime, it's still meandering. MACD Platinum's just above the zero level, Now, we've poked through on Friday, but it bounced straight up. Look, you could consider just closing this or give it a couple more days, one day at least, just to have a look where it's going. This stop level might hold even, so it's up to you. But I'd really need to see this low broken convincingly, and that to me is not convincing. Even though it's poked through, it's closed up above it again. So it's a New Zealand CAD. Let's have a look what else is on the list here. USD Swiss Franc. This one is just a straight sell that was stopped out. Sell signal. It was actually divergence down here. I've just modified it a bit because things are moving. Took the sell here, and this thing's just completely reversed. That was on NFP news. It's not NFP, US federal fund rate, the US interest rate news. So yeah, it's taken just reversed. Would have taken out the stop I had in place. If it hadn't, then you close it out on that buy signal, take that loss there, heading up. And now it's just a matter of adjusting the trend lines for when potential divergence forming. So that will get removed, that sell trade, take the loss and move on. USD Mexican Peso. This was a sell in here. I was concerned about this big level of support here. As you can see on my notes when I took the trade, and it's proved to be correct. It broke through, but only stayed below for a couple of days, then bounced up on this buy signal here, which is hard. You could make a case that that's a good support level, take the buy trade. I just didn't like where the MACD Platinum was. I didn't take it in hindsight. I probably wish I did. And price is already at the MAs too, so it's really not. It looks good now, but at the time I wasn't convinced, and it's gone on to great things. But that sell trade, you would have definitely closed on this buy signal, so you would have taken a loss between here and there, which is not a huge loss. Don't let it get to the stop once you get a buy signal, especially when you've got this support base. It could be a strong signal, which has proved to be the case, so that will be removed from the charts. Also, that sell trade. USD Singapore dollar, took a buy in here. It was a high risk trade, as you can see by my notes. There was this big sort of support level down here. Price had sort of come close to it. My initial stop was down below this blue line, so it's down where the suggested stop loss is in that area there. I've since moved it up. MACD Platinum took a while to get going, but we've proven well, and it's gone up nicely. So we're in a buy there, stop there. You could even, you could have closed out half already, bring your stop up above the entry level, your call, but that's how I'd be trading it. Give it a bit of room to move, and it's going the right direction. Let's see if we can break these previous highs here. We might get a change of direction. USD Turkish Lira, buy signal from Thursday, Friday. So yeah, Thursday morning. There's a note on this, a very volatile pair to trade. Also has big swaps, as has the USD Mexican Peso. So just be careful with that. New buy signal with the trend trade. Price came back to the MA is what I like to see it come back and touch the MA. So it's just buying on a pullback or a retracement. It's heading in the right direction. Just really needs to break this previous high, and all good. USD South African Rand. This was a buy trade in here. Looks like I picked the low perfectly, which is not our aim, but it's good when it does happen. It was a high risk trade, as I said, based on regular bullish divergence. I've already tightened up the stop a lot. This thing's just MACD Platinum through the zero level. It's popped up nicely the last few days. In the meantime, I'm starting to draw new trend lines in, looking for potential bearish divergence. So if I keep on adjusting this and it goes higher than the zero, then it's no longer a valid. So I just delete it or look for another point maybe to see if it's somewhere else it's valid. So that's a USD South African Rand. That's a buy, looking good. Gold against the USD. This was a sell signal here. Suggests a stop above this high risk trade. Look, this thing's going up, going up, going up. This big number up here is the $2,000 level. So it's just a big round number. Yeah, it went. My trade was in here. It's got against me for a few days. Didn't threaten my stop by any means. MACD Platinum's gone through the 0 level. I was getting a bit nervous about it. Then it's just dropped off a cliff, and it's heading down nicely. So look, you could again start adjusting stuff here. Look, take out half, put your stop in the entry, just inside the entry there, across on the top of the candles. Just make sure you don't lose on this trade, and it's looking good. Now US 500, which is just the broader market in the US, obviously. We've got a sell signal up here. Now you can read my notes. This is the overall US stock market, which has a bullish bias. So it's made up all the different companies, so it tends to want to go up. People want share prices to increase. So be careful when taking shorts on this instrument. So the sell signal was here. It's popped down nicely. MACD Platinum through the 0 level. You can tighten this stop up, close out half your position. We're at the MAs. It might just pull down and roll up and go back to the upside again. It's got a bullish bias. What else we got here? Bitcoin. All right, this is my buy signal in here on Bitcoin. Now this is a super volatile instrument. If you've ever traded this, just be careful. The buy signal is here. We've got this sort of support level here, suggested stop here. I don't know if stops are even worth it with the cryptos, because they tend to spike through them sometimes. But it went against me, came close, then popped up. Look, it's been above the 0 level here, and for probably maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 days. You could have got out at break even or brought your stop, tighten your stop right up. Now on Monday, there's a sell signal here, and I was going to call that as a sell signal on Monday. And I forgot to draw my lines in, but I'll do it now so you can see. I'll call this as a sell setup. I'm pretty sure that's going to be divergence there. Maybe I had this already drawn on my other chart. So yeah, there's definite hidden bearish divergence there. Lower highs on price and higher highs on the MACD Platinum, which is an oscillator. So on Monday, that buy trade will be closed. So that's a non-event, and a new sell trade will be taken. So there's two, what's that, the Euro, Aussie, and the Bitcoin will be the two trades identified for Monday. The good thing about TradingView is it gives me my signals on Friday for what's on Monday. It paints the QMP filter dot, this red and green dots on the chart, or it paints the MACD Platinum dots, whereas MT4, MT5 don't do that until the candle actually opens on Monday. So it's one of the good things about TradingView on a Friday. As long as the market's open pretty close to where they closed on Friday, I fairly well know where I'm going on the Monday. So I know when I wake up, the first two charts I should look at are the two that are marked in yellow on my watch list here, because they're the two I know who's got signals on Monday. So that's it for the charts. Hopefully that all made sense to you. Here's this Word document again. If you were wondering what some of the colours were, or you got confused what the indicators were, you can have another read of that. Like I said, all these trades are called in the Facebook group and in the Telegram channels, so everyone's more than welcome to join them. If you have any questions, etc., just reach out to me in any of those channels or email me at admin@JAGfx.com. Happy to help wherever I can. It is Sunday, 6 p.m. I'm going to get this uploaded, then I'll be watching some replays of sport today, ready for the Formula One tonight. Busy life and lockdown. TV, sport and TV and Netflix. Right, enjoy the rest of the weekend. Some of you will only be just waking up on Sunday morning. Enjoy that, and I'll talk to you guys next week, and hopefully we make some pips this week. Cheers.